So when you go to an emergency room, they check your blood pressure, your pulse, your body temperature. Senator Mark Warner wants those doctors and nurses to check for something else, fentanyl.
And the illegal drug accounts for nearly 2,000 deaths in Virginia alone in 2022. Investigative reporter Chris Horn has more on the impact of fentanyl. Chris?
Stephanie, when someone is shot to death in Hampton Roads, we tell you about it. When someone is killed in a car crash, we tell you about that too. But when someone dies from an overdose of fentanyl, it generally goes unreported, but maybe that should change, because illegal drug overdoses are killing more people than guns and car crashes combined. With more than 100,000 Americans dying each year from overdosing on illegal drugs, Senator Mark Warner wants emergency rooms to make fentanyl testing part of their protocol for every patient.
There are a series of kind of standard tests that take place. It's, you get your blood pressure taken, you get a few other tests done. The idea of a quick test for fentanyl, I think, is eminently doable, and we simply need to make this a requirement. I don't believe that this would require dramatic staffing up at in our ER rooms.
The number of pills laced with fentanyl that have been seized in recent years has skyrocketed. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, the seizures have grown 2,300 times, comparing last year with just 6 years before. Most of it is coming from Mexican cartels and originating in China.
We need to do more in terms of cutting back on the drug gangs from Mexico. We need to put more pressure on China.
Warner and fellow Senator Tim Kaine say the vast majority of fentanyl comes into the U.S. in vehicles.
So most fentanyl comes into the country in trucks. It's not in somebody's backpack. It's not through the mail. It comes through in trucks, through lawful ports of entry.
And Kaine says the technology exists to screen nearly every truck entering the country, but it's expensive. Funding for it was part of the bipartisan border security deal Congress reached about 6 months ago. Kaine and Warner both said today that former President Trump convinced Republicans to walk away from that deal. Chris Horn, 10 on your side.